Sweet friends. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I'm popping on just to do some makeup. I figure when I do my makeup, like I could do it by myself, but then I'm like, well, why not just go do a tutorial or a video and then connect with my friends? So hi everyone. So you guys, so you guys know I'm going through like a weight loss thing, right? And I'm really making like huge efforts to like manage my weight and, you know, do all these things. And did you guys see thank you so much. Hi. Oh, thank you. Tomorrow is the day when I go get like my extensions moved up and my roots done. And I was like, it's a messy bun today. Good morning. So I've been walking on my treadmill like I've been so good, like Monday through Friday, every morning I take my son to school, come home, get my butt on the treadmill for at least 30 minutes. And I love that routine. Like it gets my day started well, whatever. And then I also did you guys see the hula hoop thing with, it looks like a weighted ball sack on it. And it is the coolest thing for exercise. And I'm telling you, like, if you are someone who's like lazy or you don't like exercising or whatever, you have to get one of them. You have to get one of those things. You have to get, it's like $25 or $29 or something. And you just like put it onto your waist and you just like shake it. And I've never been able to do a hula hoop. It's not like that. Like, it's not like you have to do a hula hoop. You literally just, yes, it really does work. And like, you can do like squats while you're doing it, but like fun squats. Like, it's not like boring squats. Like, girl, just lift weights. No, if I do something like just lift weights, I will get bored. Like I still like, yeah, lifting weights is important. Like I do want to tone and everything, but for me personally, it needs to be something where I'm like moving. Like I need to do something. I rock going right, but left is a hummus. Yeah, I can do both sides. I can jump, I can squat, and it's a really good little workout tool. And yeah, lifting weights is great, right? Like building muscle is really what helps to burn the fat. Like I understand all that, but for right now, I need to focus on just moving. Like my biggest thing is just getting moving. So yes, I work on muscles, but just moving is a big thing for me. So anyways, do you remember the come so far? Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I did one this morning. Like I was doing my hula hoop thing in my living room. Like like I was just like chilling, right? And I'm doing, God, my core is burning. And I was like just kidding around because my friend is here and we were working out together. Like she's on the treadmill and I was on the I had the hula hoop. I had just gotten off the treadmill. We're working out together. And I was just being funny because she knows that like I'm on like the social medias and stuff. And I was like, it'd be funny. And so I was like, you just take this weighted ball sack and throw it around. And I was like, I am absolutely posting this video. So I'm going to edit it and post it. It was so funny because the thing is shaped like a teardrop. It looks like a ball sack and like it's weighted. And so you just take it on the string and you throw it around and you just kind of, you guys it's so funny. Wait until you see it. You'll die. I think it's going to be a really funny video. I'm excited. So anyway, so let's do some makeup real quick. And I have done some self-tanner. So that's why my face is lighter because whenever I self-tan, I use where's my stuff? Hey, Chess, do you know where that, the self-tanner is? My Pasty Girl stuff?
Under your sink. You want me to get it?
Yeah, please get just the face stuff. There's so I have a discount code for the Pasty Girl self tanner, but it's really nice. It's really light and it's not like, it's totally buildable, right? So it's not something that's like orange, like it's violet based. So it gives you a really nice tan. And so I have the face stuff too. So you put it on under your makeup for like a little glow. Your voice keeps getting lower and higher. Yeah, Instagram does that. It's so stupid. Every time, everybody tells me that. They're like, why does your voice sound like you're going through puberty? Hold on a second. Yay! Thank you so much. So it's this stuff. It's the Radiance. I think, was this it? No. There's a gradual tanner. There's a mousse. There's a rewind. And so this is the stuff, the Radiance. So this is the stuff that like you put, how do you get on your back? So it's funny because I'm like this on my back. But it doesn't streak, so like it doesn't look crazy. And I can usually like reach back, and I can usually get all the spots of my back, but it doesn't streak. So whenever after several hours, like at first you look like crazy, and then after you rinse it off or whatever, it doesn't streak or anything. So it's kind of nice. So this Radiance stuff is what you put on your face to like tan, like a self tanner under your makeup. Anyways, the point I was making was that you can, it's already midday, yes. You can totally do self tanner and still change your makeup shade if you need to. So like the makeup that I sell, the Saint makeup, it's just, you just put in a new shade in your palette. So like normally during the winter I wear amber, and that's like really light. And during the summer I wear like hazel, sand, like darker colors. And so anyways, that's what I was going to show you. So these little, like this super dark shade is when like the first day of my tan, and then I switched to like a lighter shade. Anyways, the shades are really, really versatile. So if you're using one shade and you're like, oh, it's starting to get a little, like here in Florida, it's in the 80s now. And so the pool is built this year. Like last year, the pool wasn't built until August. So we only had August and September and October to swim. But now like the pool is built before summer. So we're going to be all up in the pool. Oh my God, message me. I have to tell you, love the podcast. Oh, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Did you hear yesterday's episode? She totally gave that man a BJ in that parking lot. You know good and damn well she gave that man a BJ in that parking lot. That's wild. Okay, so I did my moisturizer this morning. Yes, I will send you the link for the Pasty Girl. For the Pasty Girl stuff and give you my discount code. I also have a discount code for lashes for the Lashify. And then of course my match, if you want a color match for makeup, just comment match. Is the podcast Patreon link in the pod bio? In the podcast, I believe. Yes. Yeah, because in the on Dating Detectives Instagram, if you click on the link, it should go to datingdetectives.com, and if you scroll all the way to the bottom, it'll say Patreon. But the reason that you want to subscribe to the Patreon is because legally, so we had the OnlyFans pimp, right? I'm trying to order stuff now and can't figure out the correct color wheel. Are you ordering Demi? Message me. I'll help you with Demi. Let me help you figure out Demi, because Demi is a pain in the ass. Like if you're not super familiar with it, and that's something I can really help with. So I'm happy to help. Hold on. Is this the right brush? I think this is the right color. Sorry, what was I saying? Sorry. Yes, okay, so yeah. Okay, yeah, I saved your message, so I'm gonna, if you don't message me, then I'll message you and I'll help you get it figured out. Sorry, squirrel. I have ADHD. I have ADHD so bad, you guys. Oh, thank you. So the Patreon, the reason you want to subscribe to the Patreon is because the OnlyFans pimp episode, which is the last 2 episodes that we did, that guy that the 2 girls came on to talk about, A band? What, did you cut yourself?
No, I ripped my cut open.
Oh, Jesus. Do you need me to call 911?
Workers' comp.
Workers' comp. Oh, jeez, move out. Anyway, so thank you. This was from Victoria's Secret. I got the white one too. They're really comfy. So the OnlyFans pimp, the 2 girls that came on to talk about it, turns out other people were listening to the podcast too, because it's kind of a popular podcast, and people are coming forward about information saying, I think I'm dating this guy. Turns out that's not the guy that they're dating. It's someone very similar, which means there's more OnlyFans pimps out there, but there is someone that came forward that definitely is dating, or is dating this guy. And she wrote into the podcast. And so now we're actually starting to get real stories. And so because this may or may not be a legal case in the future, and we may or may not be able to talk about it, it can only be on the Patreon. So we are talking about that a little bit on the Patreon, as much as we legally can, according to our attorney. So it's on the Patreon, and it's like, I don't know. I think this is going to go to court. Like, I think this is going to be a whole big thing. I really do. Yeah, he thought he was hot tamales, and he As someone that listens at 1.5, I can't listen to the podcast at normal speed. No, you need to speed them up. Yeah, we're going to have like a whole spin-off chapter. But what's cool is that the people that are coming forward and expressing their concern or like sharing similar stories, it just tells us that our platform, like our podcast, is really raising awareness, which is really incredible. Like we were just out here to like, you know, let people share their stories or whatever. And what's happening is it's becoming a platform for people to share what's happening to them. And it's helping women feel, or I say women, but it's mostly like, it's anybody, but it's mostly women. But anyways, it's helping people feel less alone in their experiences. And a lot of people that come on the podcast talk about like, oh, I feel so dumb. I let him, you know, use me, or I let him manipulate me or whatever. He tricked me. And so now like all of these manipulation tactics and what we call dog fishing, we're making people more aware of it. And so it's making people feel a little bit less alone, that like they don't feel as stupid. Like, oh, I feel so dumb. And it's like, no, you're not dumb. Like this is not about intelligence. These are people that really, really know how to manipulate people. That is really smart. I'm gonna put that in the suggestion box. I'm gonna tell Molly. Molly's our producer. Anyways, so that's what we're doing. I'm building up my contour here because I want to make it, I'm using a darker shade, so I'm starting really light so I don't go crazy. But because I'm using self tanner, I'm using a darker shade of contour. Checkerboard magnetic. Oh, this is all from Saint. So this is the makeup that I sell. So you choose your compact and then you choose everything that goes in it, and I can color match you, or you can just go and pick your own color. Let me color match you. And then you just kind of, everything pops out and pops back in and it's all customized. It's really cool. Just comment match. If you want to get a color match, just comment the word match and I'll send you a message. Okay, so this is one of the darkest contour shades. This is called Indigo, and I'm using it real light because it is really dark. So these colors are really, really, really buildable. So make sure that when you use your shade, like don't be afraid of them is what I'm saying. Like a lot of people look at contour and they're like, yeah, I don't contour. I don't need to. It's whatever. And I'm like, why don't you contour? And they're like, it's just hard. And so I realized that people aren't doing the makeup because it's hard. And this makes it not hard. Especially me. Like, especially if you have me as an artist, like I'm obsessed with like teaching it. So you got it. I'll send you the Pasty Girl link. Thanks, Gina. I'll get those sent right over to you as soon as I end this. Tell me if you, Gina, when you type the word match, did it automatically send you a message? I tried to set up the automations, but sometimes I'm not very good at them and I mess it up. So just let me know if it automatically sent it. If not, then I'll send it to you after I get off here. Okay, so contour is I'm just kind of chiseling out these areas, right? Now I'm going to use my brightening highlight, which you see is like really, really white. I like this area to be super, super bright and like pop, right? Because I feel, well, I don't feel it does. It really brightens my eye area. And I love the way that it just kind of like brings all the brightness to my T-zone. So you don't use very much. Like I'm talking like tippy tips of the bristles. You do not use very much of this at all. So I'm just using this kind of like, okay, Gina, thank you. I'll make sure to send that to you. My sister-in-laws who look like models commented that my makeup looks so good. Oh, that is so cool. This is the 3D brush. By the way, on the website, if it says IIID, that's 3D. So this is 3D makeup, and this is the 3D brush. It's dense on one end. It's pointy on the other. This is great for a medium to full coverage, because it's not super fluffy. If you want super light coverage, just get a fluffier brush. Yeah, it's everything. So each shade is only $16. And then with the match, like when you comment color match and then I go to your DM and I send you the color match form, you upload a selfie and I look at your skin, I look at your eyes, I look at your hair, and then I determine what shades would look best on you. Mainly these 3 shades, but I recommend different shades, like a bronzer for you, all the like eyeshadows and all these things, right? And so once you get your color match, then I create like a shopping list for you, and then you decide what to add to your cart. And so it's customizable. Like it's customized shades to you, and it's customized based on like how you want to build your palette. And they're really cool. It's really fun. It's a fun little makeup. Does it stay matte? Good for oily skin. Yes, actually it is good for oily skin. And surprisingly enough, which a lot of people are surprised about, is it's not like, yes, it's cream makeup, but it's not like liquid, like cream. It's not like liquid, like paint. You know what I mean? Like it just kind of melts into your skin. It doesn't evaporate. So there's no alcohols or drying ingredients like liquid foundations have, but it doesn't sit wet. Do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like not dry, but it's like a cream. So it just kind of, I don't know, melts into your skin and just sits there. It's beautiful. Eyebrows are hard. My cheeks end up looking muddy. Oh, so Chantel, if you're struggling with the application with the dot method, try doing just these shades first on the dot method, and then when you go in and do your bronzer, 2 dots. Blush, 2 dots, and then blend it. And you'll see that if you use less, it won't be as muddy, and then you can always add more, but usually it's because we've used too much, and that's so common. So it's not you. It's just, there's no wrong way to apply it, but use much less and you'll be like, holy bananas. Like, I cannot believe that little makeup just covered everything. But I joined my beauty group on Facebook. It's called Freedom in Beauty VIP. And I do lots of tutorials. Like just go in the beauty group. I try to really serve my customers really well, like everywhere, but that's my like little safe place for everybody to go. The best lighting. Okay, so for a color match, that's a good question. Face a window with no makeup on, but no sunlight. So like I'm facing window, but the blinds are closed. Like there's no sunlight coming in. And so that's really good natural light. Cloudy, if you're facing like a north facing window, or even if it's cloudy out, that's even better. Oh my gosh, Naomi, totally. Will you send an email to the show? Can you give step-by-step guide? Yes, Gina, that's what I do. I try to do step-by-step and try to, oh, you're welcome. Yay, I hope you love it. I try to go really slow and just try to kind of, when I do my makeup takes like 6 or 7 minutes, like including eyeshadow. But when I'm on here, I try to really slow it down and just really like step-by-step. It's a lot, right? I'd rather do eyebrows than bronzer. No bronzer? I would die without my bronzer. Hi, Molly. We were just talking about the podcast. You guys, Molly is the producer of the Dating Detectives podcast. She's so cool. I love my makeup. I have oily skin. It did take a bit for my skin to adjust. Yes, it takes like a week or so, and then your skin won't need to produce as much oil anymore because this is really hydrating, but not in the way that's like oily. Do you know what, like, I don't know how to explain it. So my lightest color, I use linen right here in my T-zone. Can I please join my beauty group? Yeah, you can join my beauty group. Yay! I'm pretty good at color matching. If I ever get it wrong, we can totally swap out the shades. Like, it's not a big deal. That's stuff that's easy stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to use oh, hey, Danielle. Girl, ask all the questions. You should have my text number then. Shoot me a text. This is a permanent necklace. I have the permanent bracelets, and so I have 4 permanent bracelets and a permanent necklace. So there's no end to it. It's just like soldered on. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my main shade. So I did my contour around here. So this is the darkest kind of shade that you see that's kind of chiseling out the perimeter of my face. And then I'm using a brightening highlight here, which is linen. So the darkest shade and the lightest shade. So the lightest shade goes in a T for your T-zone, right? We want that to be really, really bright. So if you think about goggles, yes, please text me. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. Hold on. That's my phone number. Text me, like free color match. You can ask me questions, whatever. Just text me. Okay, so now I'm going to use my main foundation shade, which is the shade usually closest to your skin tone. So this is, Yeah, it's a lot better. When you first do it, it's bad, but whenever you rinse it, it's fine. What would you do to cover up imperfections and blemishes? A lot of times your makeup will do a really good job, but we have Demi, so like color corrector. So if you have like pimples or darkness or discoloration, I can totally help you find the color corrector so you can pinpoint those areas. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Send me a message. Let me see. I want to see if maybe we can email customer service and see if they can replace it. Will it make my 50-ish face look older? No, this makeup was made for mature skin. So this makeup it doesn't settle in the lines. It doesn't settle in the wrinkles because it's not drying. Like it won't settle in and then just like evaporate. And because you use so very little, there's not enough to puddle and cake. Crepey skin under my eyes. So if you're using Demi, you should be using enough where there's no crepiness and no texture at all. So yeah, the brightness around your eyes, if you think goggles, right? So if you think like this area should be the brightest. So this area, T-zone. So you're thinking the shape of a T on your face. So I do my brightening highlight here, kind of like a palm tree. And then think of the trunk of the tree all the way down. So that's my brightening highlight. You can kind of see it, right? And then you bring the brightening highlight across the middle of your face. So brightening highlight in the inner corners, brightening highlight in the outer corners. What this is going to do is it's going to create this brightness here. So all the attention comes here. So anything bright, contouring and highlighting is just pushing and pulling of lights and darks. It's literally all it is. So if you're bringing the brightness here, you can already see where this contour is creating that darkness. So we're pushing that back and the brightness is coming forward. And so that's what makes Saint makeup different than other makeup, is because you can apply this so lightly and still get a really good coverage and a really nice dimension. So with my main foundation shade, right? I've already applied my contour and my brightening highlight. I'm going to use my main foundation shade kind of just everywhere where I didn't apply other color, okay? With cream makeup, your makeup color, when you put it on your face, should not be an exact match. Because what happens is this cream makeup blends out much more sheer. The opacity is not the same as liquid foundation. So yes, good for mature skin, good for dry skin. Yes, because it's hydrating. There's no alcohols in it. There's 11 ingredients. None of them are alcohols. None of them are going to evaporate. Like it just melts into your skin like like a second skin. Yay! I'm so glad. Me too. I've used 100,000 million makeups and this is like my absolute favorite. Oh, you want a good moisturizer? Try the Saint Cream. It's milk based and it's thick. Girl, it's thicker than my thighs. It is so thick on your skin. Oh my gosh, it is so nice. And it's milk, so lactic acid, and use the toner too. If you use a toner, like once you do your cleanser and then you use the toner and then you do your moisturizer, it'll help to keep that, what do you call it? The radiance, the radiance in your skin, and it'll help like lock in the moisture. Okay, so you see how I applied like my main foundation shade? Is this makeup made from like embalming wax? No, I don't know what kind of wax embalming wax is made of, but I don't think it's beeswax from what I understand. But no, it is beeswax though, which is really good for your skin. Go to the Google machine. Beeswax is amazing for your skin, but I don't think it's the same as embalming wax. But now I'm going to be on the Google machine looking that up. So, hey, it's Kat. Yeah, thank you. This is Saint makeup. So the company is called Saint, and the founder, her name is Kara Brooke, and she, like, how smart is she? Like, she invented this makeup when I was like eating boogers, and she's like inventing makeup. It's fine. Anyway, so the reason that color is a little bit different is because it blends in with a different opacity than the liquid. So this is not like your typical liquid foundation that we slather on. I just put my main shade everywhere where I didn't put the other dimensional shades. It's really cool too, and each shade is only $16, so it makes it really affordable. Like if you run out of one shade, then it's $16 and you replace it, and they last a really long time because you just don't use much at all. So this should last you like 6 to 9 months typically, and then if you're someone who's a more heavy makeup wearer, or you like it a little heavier, or you wear it more often or whatever, then you probably go through it a little bit quicker, but you'll probably go through each shade at like different speeds, and then you just replace what you need when you need it. And it makes it really affordable, really nice. And then if you choose to like if you're like, I'm tired of the silver palette, I want the pink palette, and then you just like get a different palette. It's so fun. It's really neat. Like if you're someone like me, like I love fun stuff like that. And typically I'm not someone who's really into like gimmicky stuff, but this is really, really nice. Okay, so this is, okay. This, I think the shade, that self tanner is kind of throwing me off a little bit because I'm trying to match this. So I could probably go one shade darker, but it's fine because I'm going to add bronzer. So anyway, so the highlight and contour. Yeah, don't give up the toner. And if you're someone who's lazy, like I am a lazy girl, so bad. Use the Refresh wipes. These have the cleanser and the toner in them. So keep them by your bed. And if you don't feel like washing your face, or you just you're like, I'm too tired to get up, whatever, use the cleansing wipes, wipe your face, and then put some cream and you're good to go. And then whatever. I mean, but obviously try to wash your face when you can, but the Refresh wipes are really, really good. Okay, so I just basically used my 3 main shades. My main highlight shade, closest to your skin tone, a brightening highlight or concealer, and then a contour. I'm going kind of light today, nothing super crazy, but what you'll notice is the brightness is here, right? And then, do you wash your skin after the Refresh wipes? You can, like if I use the Refresh wipes, but I don't feel like washing my face right then you can go and wash your face later, but these will allow you to, like this is a great alternative to cleanser. But probably still, like, there's nothing that beats soap and water in my opinion, like cleanser and water, but these are a really great alternative. So I just applied really, really lightly. So I've kind of chiseled out my face just a little bit, but it's not super crazy. See how it's just really, really light? And that's just these 3 shades. And it's all one layer. Nothing's layered on top of anything else, right? Now I'm going to add bronzer. And bronzer adds a little bit of warmth where it kind of adds eye wipe and night cream, deep wash in the morning. Yeah, that's good too. You can do that too. Bronzer is going to add some warmth where we might otherwise have cool tones where the contour is. See how it's kind of like the bronzer is kind of sitting on top where this is cool, that shadow right there. And then the bronzer sitting on top. And I have melasma. I have this melasma right here. You see those spots? So I can actually color correct those too. I usually use the color correction after I put on my makeup, but you can do it before or you can do it alone. And there's just so many uses for this. It's so versatile. I really think you guys will love this. And if you're someone who's like, I'm not a makeup girl, like I'm sorry, I don't understand. If you're someone who's like, I'm not really a makeup girl, I don't wear makeup a lot, right? But you still want to look like not dead and you want to look a little bit alive, throw on some bronzer and you can so I created like a glow kit, right? So the glow kit is basically bronzer, a lip color, an illuminator for a little bit of glow, and then like a concealer shade. So something real small like this, dust your brush, do a little bronzer, and you're done. And I think that's a really good alternative for women who don't want to wear a lot of makeup. Excuse me. I might be dying. It's fine. So anyways, comment match if you want a free color match. And then like the color match is free and I send it over to you and then you just pick what you want to build your palette with. Okay, so once you apply all your different shades, now I'm going to add a lip and cheek shade. So this is where I think someone who was saying earlier, yes, a live alert, awake, enthusiastic. If you, with your makeup being kind of muddy, these lip and cheek shades are very, very pigmented. So all the cream makeup is very, very, very pigmented. Did you make a podcast for yesterday? Yes, it's called Mackenzie Undercover, Mr. Penguin. You want to listen to it. It's a doozy. Are you getting it on Spotify or where do you listen? Sometimes it's a problem with like the app or something, like the Apple podcast or something, and they'll like have a delay or something or like a glitch. But that's only happened once and then they fixed it pretty quickly. So you see, I just applied a little bit of the blush with just my fingertips and then just kind of press it in. And you can kind of see how it just gives a little bit of color. It's not on Spotify. Well, I'm going to investigate right away after I get off here. Thank you for letting me know. Molly, are you still on here? Let Molly know. Anyways, and so there's matte shades and there's glosses. So this one is gloss. If you get a color match and I match you to Black Cherry, I am not smoking crack, okay? It is like, this is a real beautiful color. If you're creasing under your eyes, there's probably too much. Send me a text. Text this number and just be like, hey, can you help me or whatever? Yeah, I like Spotify too. Oh, my lips are so dry today. Anyways, if I match you to this Black Cherry color, it looks black on the website. A lot of these colors look darker on the website. You got to trust me on these. That's the Black Cherry. That's that super crazy, like, she's high on whatever. Yeah, Black Cherry is gorgeous. And these are interchangeable. Like, I use this color on my nude on my cheeks and Black Cherry on my lips, and you can pop as many shades as you want into your palette. And just kind of go nuts with it. It's really fun. And then I like to use an illuminator. So like, I just want to add a little bit of a pop of shimmer to like the high points of my cheeks. And so that's where the cream and powder illuminators come in. And so I just kind of dust that. You kind of just dust them like treat your creams like they're a powder and just kind of dust into them. And you just kind of, willy-nilly, just apply the brightener. See how it's like kind of catching the light a little bit? And these shades are just really, really beautiful. And it's really easy. Once you get it, it's not like, oh, I have my makeup and it's like perfect now. Like, once you get this makeup, and what I like to tell my customers is when I color match you, you have my phone number, right? Because whenever you send me the color match and then I respond, that's literally my phone number, and then you can just text me literally anytime, okay? When you text me and you say, hey, like, I'm having trouble with this or I'm struggling with this, that's what I'm there to help with. So make sure that when I text you a couple days after you buy your makeup and say, hey, what's going on? How do you like it? Whatever, because I'm nosy as hell, so I'm going to be messaging you. Then I want to know how you're liking it, how it's going, and I want you to tell me, like, what's not working and what is. So if you're struggling with, like, so this area under our eye is the crepiest, driest area. This area, it's like, cannot hold on to moisture to save its life, okay? So this area is really dry and crepey. So if you have discoloration here, like blue or purple, or maybe it looks green or yellow, if you apply a color corrector here, we're not applying anything here like we used to apply concealer in 8th grade when we didn't need it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like that, like, oh, let's put up a whole bunch of freaking concealer there. We don't need to do that. With the demi correctors, you can literally like pinpoint. And when you start taking out just the darkest area of the discoloration, not even the whole area of discoloration, you'll see a huge difference. And you'll be like, oh, so if it's creping under here, either this color is too light or there's just too much product there. And then I can help you figure out like how to fix that for you, like what works for you. So now I'm going to apply a setting powder. So this is, and you don't have to use all, like, if you just want to use like a blush and a contour, like go nut, like you don't have to use all these shades. Yeah, text me because I'll show you when I do my color correcting on my melasma area. It's very, very pinpoint. Like it's not, you do not use, like the amount of demi that you use, it should be undetectable to the human eye. That's how little product you use. So I'm just pressing my setting powder right here in my T-zone. So remember our goggles? Look how bright. You see how bright that is? And then you can see like the contour lines that I put here, the contour, the bronzer, the blush. So I have really pretty color. It's dimension. So what's happened is it looks like I'm wearing like a lot more makeup than I actually am because I've added not more layers, but more colors. And that's what makes this makeup different than what you're using. And so what we do is we slather the liquid foundation all over, right? And we get a really beautiful, like perfect, even, so we take out all the dimension of our face, right? And then you add back in the dimension with the other colors, right? With this makeup, the idea, although you can do it however you want, like I'm not your mama, do it however you want. the idea behind this makeup is that you enhance the features you already have with the appropriate colors, which is what I teach you. And you can use less makeup to get a fuller coverage look. So we can actually start wearing less makeup instead of applying these crazy layers of makeup all over. I'm going to use a fluffy brush to pick up a little bit more setting powder in my T-zone. I like to use the setting powder here because it gives kind of like a blurred, finished kind of look. It sets my makeup and just controls any oil. But I don't, like, you see, you still have a really pretty glow from the cream makeup. And it's just really nice. Like, there's nothing crazy. How would I know my correct shade? Comment match here, and I'll send you my color match form. You stand in front of a window with no makeup on, no, like, direct sunlight or anything. Just, like, the blinds are closed and it's really, really bright, to give me some natural light, and then I'll help you get a color match. So what I like to do is I like to match you to your contour shade, which is the dark shade, the brightening highlight. So the darkest shade, the brightest shade, and then like a main highlight shade. The reason you don't see the word foundation, there's no foundation category, is because all of this is your foundation. That's the idea. And so Kara Broke, the founder of Saint, when she invented this makeup when she was like 11, like 10 or 11. It was part of a science project, but that's where it started, right? So literally I was eating boogers at 10 years old, okay? 5th grade, I was probably eating boogers for sure. And she's like inventing makeup. So she's been doing this a while. She's like in her 30s now, okay? So, hey girl, hey! So she's been working on this a really long time. The girl knows her stuff. Like, it's kind of genius, right? So anyways, the whole idea is just to give women the ability to do their makeup in a less layering way and just enhancing our natural features, which is what I absolutely love about it. And I just love that you can literally have your makeup done. I just bit my lip. If you're in here and you know I'm talking about, give me an amen if you can get your makeup done like that, and it's insane. It's just weird to get used to. It's weird to get used to the texture because it's not the liquid that we're used to. It's a different opaque. Like, you just need very, very little. Here from Cup of Justice. Oh, thank you so much. Do you not love Mandy? Oh my gosh. I love Mandy Matney so much. So I was on a podcast called Cup of Justice, you guys. And Mandy Matney are you guys following the Murdaugh? Are there any true crimies in here? Yay. I'm so glad you love your shades. I got a lot of amens. Hey, Rachel. So anyways, the Murdaugh, is it Murdaugh murders in South Carolina, whatever. There's a big, crazy, a whole bunch of crap went down. Okay. Anyways, so she wrote a book about it. Like, she's an investigative journalist, and she's very, very talented. And she's very inspiring in what she's doing, and she's doing great things in the true crime world. And, she allowed me to, come be on her podcast. And it was really, really cool. I just loved talking. She's so brilliant. I just love talking to her so much. Anyways, her podcast is called Cup of Justice. So if you love my podcast, The Dating Detectives, you will love Cup of Justice. So Dating Detectives is more like true crime light. It's a little lighter. Except for the OnlyFans pimp one. That was a little deep. True crime. Can't go back to regular foundation after Saint. I can't. I never could. I could never. Oh, Renee, just comment. I'll find your message after I get off of here, and I'll send you the my wait list or whatever it's called. I have a list of names for people that are waiting for Saint to be released in their country. So UK and Australia will likely get Saint this year, and then Mexico early next year. Oh my gosh. Thank you for listening. Oh yeah, so True Sunlight is another pod, and it really goes deep into the case. And yeah. So True Sunlight, Cup of Justice, go listen to those. The OnlyFans pimp episodes were wild. Like, my heart just shattered. Oh, was that her first one? Okay. Yeah, Murder and Makeup is good too. I love Bailey Sarian. Spotify is trying to get us a collab. Spotify wants us to do a collab with Bailey Sarian. I think that'd be really fun. Yeah. Yes. How can I get it to not separate, blend in better? Are you, Maggie, do you mean separate like a shade? There's a shade that you see that's separating on your face, because if that's the case, it's probably just the wrong shade, and we can just swap it out and get a new shade. You'll know that your makeup is the wrong shade if you see texture. If you put it on and you see texture, it's probably just too light. And as we start to go into summertime, you'll start to see that your shade will be like, you're like, this is looking crazy. It's called The Dating Detectives. That's my podcast. And then Mandy Matney's is Cup of Justice, and then True Sunlight. Yes! She's so talented. I love her. Okay, so now I've done my face, right? So that's pretty much like my whole makeup. Now I like to go in and just like play with brows. You can do eyeshadow, which today's Tuesday. So I'm going to be, yes, Maggie, please text me. You can text this number or message me here, whatever you want. I'm going to do, today's Tuesday, so I'm going to do a 2 Shadow Tuesday, and I have like a chart that I've put together some combos that I'm like, I could do like weeks and weeks of 2 Shadow Tuesdays that I cannot wait to try, and I'm really excited to put those together, because a lot of people struggle with eyeshadow, so if I can show a couple of like just 2 eyeshadow looks that make it easier for some people, then that's what I want to do. Yeah, and I would definitely get the Saint brushes. They really make a world of difference. I feel like I always feel bad saying that, because it's like, well, you sell the makeup, of course you're going to say that, but I'm telling you, these brushes were made for this makeup. So like the Real Techniques brushes and the It by Ulta brushes, really great brushes. Like there's nothing wrong with the quality of those brushes. There's something about the density and the volume of the bristles in these brushes that make it perfect for the Saint makeup. So if you can swing getting one of the brushes, you will see a big difference in your application. I'm telling you, my customers are like, I don't need a brush, and I'm like, okay. And they come back and they're like, okay, I need one of the same brushes. I'm like, yeah, it's all right. Let me help you. Like, I feel bad. I'm like the worst salesperson in the world. I started selling Saint makeup on accident, you guys, because I'm an idiot. And yeah, they really do make a difference. And I never wanted to do sales because I hate the idea of being like sold to. Like I hate when people are like, hello, would you, like they're standing outside of a store in the mall and they're like, would you like a sample? Hello, wait, you want a sample? And I'm like, no, thanks. And they're like, but why not? And I'm like, no is a complete sentence. Like that's a full stop. No, thank you. Full stop. Like full stop. And so I never wanted to be someone who like sold anything to anyone. But somehow, like, just kind of playing with makeup and my customer service background. If you're in my beauty group, you probably saw my post that I made. But when I was in college, getting my criminal justice degree, I was working at Bank of America. And Bank of America has a call center, like a research center here in Tampa, and I worked in the department where like we found all the missing money. So there was like 12 of us, and if there's, you know, sometimes you go to the bank and like you deposit like $120, and let's say the teller only put like $12 instead of $120 or whatever, and then that money's missing, and then there's like a difference, and then you got to find, and you're like, where I put in 120 and it only shows 12. I was the one that goes and like finds the missing money and like traces it back to whatever. Anyway, so I worked there for like 3 years, and like my biggest joy was like the customer service that like we assisted a lot of the customer, or a lot of the like the bank tellers and the personal bankers and stuff like that, so we were helping them. But my customer service background is so strong. It's called Freedom in Beauty VIP. Make sure you type VIP or you'll be on my business page, which is fine too, but I don't do much there. Freedom in Beauty VIP on Facebook. But my customer service background is so strong. And so when I signed up for Saint on accident to sell it, I was like, oh, well, this is a shit show. Like, I don't want to do this. And so then I was like, just naturally, I found myself like helping people, and just I have a desire to like help people. And so little by little, like my customer service, everybody was like, oh my God, your customer service is so good. Like, you don't get this customer service anywhere. And I'm like, no, you won't. I'm obsessed with my customers. Like, I don't know, I've purchased from direct sales before, and like you ask them a question about a product and they'll be like, well, what are your concerns? And I'm like, listen, I just want to know, like, how long does this last or whatever. And they'll be like, well, how long do you want it? How long do you need a product to last? And I'm like, look, I don't need you to sell me on this. Like, I just need you to answer my questions. And that's what I hate about direct sales. So direct sales has always been kind of yucky to me. Like, there are, you know, sometimes it can just be too pushy. So I never wanted to do it. So like, I literally sell makeup full time now. Like, my PI business is like a side gig now because I sell makeup full time, and it's the absolute best. And you guys just make it so incredible and so fun. Anyway, so I have a lot of fun with this. So when you text that number, it comes straight to me, and I am the one typing the buttons. Like, it's not a robot. So make sure that you text me with any questions you have. So anyways, get a free color match for this makeup. I will color match you to all the things, and I will send you a shopping list with some recommended brushes, some pretty eyeshadows based on your eye color. And then you go through the list and you decide what you want to add to your cart. Go shopping, add some more stuff, skincare, more brushes, whatever you want. Like, go nuts. Like, I'm not your mama, right? But I am here to answer your questions. So I think the shopping experience with me is pretty good. Like, I've tried to tweak it so that everybody gets exactly what they need when they need it from me without being like, I hate to like, I'm an oversharer, clearly, because I can't fucking stop talking to save my life. So it happens, but at least you have more information than you probably need instead of not enough. So don't judge me. Anyways, yeah, join my beauty group. I do some really great tutorials over there, but I'm here too, so just whatever. Text me. You can, what else? I'm on TikTok, but my TikTok got me sitting in a corner. I don't know what's going on with TikTok. Don't listen to TikTok. What else? I guess that's it. Unless you guys have any other questions. And you can, if you comment match here, I'll just go to your DM and I will send you my color match link, and then we can chat, or you can ask questions, or you can text me and ask questions, or literally whatever you want. It's all funsies. Okay, so I'm going to go make my 2 Shadow Tuesday video and do a fun combo that anyone can do, and I'll post that, and then, yeah, let me know what I can do for you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. It's so much fun. I'm not someone who wears blue, but this really does look okay, doesn't it? Like, it's not baby blue. It's more of like the stone, like the gray blue. And I think it's really pretty. I was looking for a white tank top, but I couldn't find it. So it's gray. It's fine. And then I just have on like white cutoff shorts, and it looks really cute. Don't worry, Anne, I got you. I try to post so many eyeshadow tutorials, but I haven't been posting as many, so I'll post more for you guys. Anyways, okay, let me know what you guys need from me, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for being here. Love you guys.